Next month, I'm really hoping to collect just over 20K. So if we can collect over 20K, we're crushing it.
But how did you start yours to where obviously you've been able to build a lot of momentum and a lot more success than the average person out there?
And as soon as we got ad money, put it in ads, right? Like it's just literally money, ads. And so we put it right into ads. And
alrighty, guys, we've got Brian here with us, Mr. Brian, the man, the myth.
And the myth.
Brian, you want to give a quick little intro on yourself? Obviously, I know we've spoken a lot before. Do you want to give a quick intro to yourself, to the people, on what you do, your background, how you got into the whole AI agency space, and obviously you've seen some success with it, so jump in.
Yeah, so my name is Brian, known Carson I've been in the agency for about 6 months, almost, I think, pushing 6 months, been crushing it. So love my background's kind of interesting. I was in the solar industry for almost 20 years, near 20 years. Started out there, started out when the solar industry was actually new. Like when I say new, I can tell you the story, but like I literally mean new. It was a whole lot of fun. We watched it build into regulation, right? Like laws got passed and things. We actually had to start following the law. So it got a little bit less fun. But at the same time, you learn, you grow, right? It's your industry. It's paying the bills. It bought me a house, things like that. At some point, though, I always like to say this. In the solar industry, we used to serve our customers, and the customer owned everything, right? Like if a customer said it, we fulfilled for them. And this is why I got in the agency. Over time, regulation happened, and solar companies just tightened up. You had to, right? Regulation happened, you just had to. And we stopped serving the customers, and we started serving our companies, right? And it was a little bit annoying because if anybody knows the solar industry, I won't get into the story. There was a huge customer drop off over the past 3-4 years. When I say customer drop off, I mean like customer neglect, right? Not every company, but just kind of across the board. And so I kind of got fed up with like just us not being able to serve customers the right way and companies not building their brands the right way. And I decided, hey, I want to help customers and help. The ultimate goal is to help a customer. That's the goal. And so I actually started, I was looking around about a company I can start, like what can I do to start and serve customers? And I literally accidentally found you guys. I'm in a couple school communities, right? And just cross-referencing, eventually I found you guys on school, like complete accident. Yep. But it was a product I believed in. We talked with, I actually forget the original guy I talked to, but he knew you and Wyatt real good and spoke extremely highly of you guys, what you guys teach and how you guys teach. Yep. And AI was a product I could believe in. And it's also a service that I can see helping customers, right? And I have a firm, strong belief in that. And so I was like, yeah, I can get behind this. They got the education, a product I believe in, and a customer I can serve. So I was like, let's join the agency. So I actually at the time, I had a good solar job, literally. Like I had a good solar job no qualms with it at all. And I was like, let's just jump all in and do this. And so I 2 feet off of a 100-foot cliff, and I'm all in. Yeah. so that's where I'm at now.
Yeah. 100%. So you started in the solar industry. That's where you started, and then you obviously saw the rise of AI, everything happening there. How old are you, for the people that are watching that want to know?
I'm 35.
35. So this year, I know we were talking before, and you've made a little over, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, you made a little over 15,000 so far this year, or just in the past few months with this model. I guess bring everyone back to when you started. How did you go about it, right? Because there's a lot of, there's AI automation, there's a bunch of different models out there that you can start, right? And how did you start yours? Obviously, you having prior experience in the solar industry, but how did you start yours to where obviously you've been able to build a lot of momentum and a lot more success than the average person out there, especially with this model?
Yeah. So kind of two things that I did like instantly. Number one is I watched literally everything I possibly could. So I probably watched your entire course in like, I kid you not, it was less than a week. It was probably like 4 days, right? Just absorbing just absorbing as much information as possible, like as much, right? And so I watched everything. And then I called everybody I knew. Like, I kid you not, I set up an LLC, I had a bank account, and before I signed up for any type of digital service, like software service or anything like that, I called everybody I knew, and I gave them my offer. I said, hey, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. with AI, right? You can revenue, customer service. There's a couple things in there, and I
Yep.
called everybody I knew, and everybody was like, "I love it," and almost nobody bought. And I was like, "But this will help your customers, I promise."
Yeah.
But being in like for real, being in the mastermind helped. You guys helped tailor an offer. You guys helped tailor a little bit more of a niche. You guys told us a little bit more about the product, what it's actually doing, and how cool it is. And through that, I did get a few people to buy just by calling everybody I knew. And as soon as we got ad money, which is what you guys recommend, like literally get money, put it in ads, right? Like it's just
Yep.
literally money, ads. And so we put it right into ads, and you guys even helped build an ad. I don't know if you guys helped us build our first one, but that's okay. And we ran it, and I mean, clients came in. Well, I don't want to say clients, leads. Leads came in every day. We got a few, and we got a few clients off of leads. Even cooler though, we got like some partnerships off of leads. If you want to talk about those, so we've had
I
people like,
remember you telling me a little bit
yeah,
about.
we've
Yeah.
had a few partnerships, and then we've actually had a couple of guys do some stuff for us for free off of those leads. So I consider those wins as well. But yeah, and that's what we continue to do. So like literally, money comes in, ads, right?
So
So and
reinvesting. That's
that's
kind of
exactly
the.
how we do. Yep,
Yeah.
exactly. So
So I think one thing that you did really well, which a lot of people are afraid to do, even me, I was afraid to do this when I started, is hitting up your existing network of people you know that might be interested in this service because everyone has the notion in their head like, okay, and I think Alex Ramosi talks about this, but he says the easiest people to sell at the start are existing people you know in your network. It's like
yeah,
you have 300 followers on your personal Instagram, those are 300 potential people you could sell this stuff to. Of course, in the right circumstances, they own businesses or whatever.
yeah.
And everyone has the notion that they're afraid, well, I'm not sure, I don't want to mess up the relationship because I'm not sure if my service is good. But realistically, at the end of the day, if you make an offer that's just appealing to them and, you can give them discounts, you can do whatever. It's like whatever, maybe even family, friends or whatever. And you just get that experience off the bat, which obviously you've gotten, that will, propel you to get many, many more clients beyond just the people in your network, existing. So obviously that's what you did. Props to you for doing that and kind of taking that leap. So I guess talk a little bit more about the agency specifically, and you don't have to get into the crazy details just because, of course, this is, more public. But talk about
Sure.
maybe your industry you're going after right now, even maybe some of the goals you have. You've collected a little over $15,000 in just the past few months. Like, what is the goals for you, and like give people the details, I guess, on what you're doing.
Yeah, I got some big goals. Do you mind? You said something in there. Do you mind if I roll that back just for a second? You said,
Go.
call everybody you know. It's very important to do that. That's literally like, it's a humbling thing that people are afraid of no, like from their mom, right?
Mhm.
But they're also afraid of no from their grandpa, their brother, their cousin, their best friend, right? Whoever you know in your network.
Yeah.
But like you took a step. This is what a lot of people got to get over. You took a step to start a business. And so you have to tell people about your business. And it does not matter who it is. Like it doesn't matter. Because your cousin and your friend or whoever, they're going to see that you're doing this and they're going to be, at some point, they're going to say, what is your service? Like they're going to ask you, right?
It's
No matter what, whether it's at Thanksgiving or whatever. And so what's the harm in saying, hey, bro, I do this. Isn't that pretty cool? And they'll say, yeah. And then if they use it, they use it. And if they don't, they don't. Like, they're not going to hate you for doing it. Right. Like, and it's just something you got to get past over your head. Just be humble about it and just ask them. So, yeah, nothing to it. Super easy to do. So just go ahead and do it. So
I agree. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but anyways, in the agency though, the agency's been really good. There's actually been, so I've been in a couple other networks, not necessarily agencies, but a couple other networks, and the other networks that I have found, they have this really good like point to it and a really good hook and offer. That's why I joined. I joined for this reason, right? But then all the questions that everybody asks are like, they're not really mindset questions or business questions or revenue building questions. They're all kind of back end questions where I'm like, dude, there's literally like 700 videos on 100, right? All
Yep.
of the videos on how to get revenue, upfront money, and stuff like that. Those are
Yep.
I don't want to say the secrets, but that's the information that people don't always know, and that's the information people learn, right? Like you literally don't go to school to learn how to get revenue in business. You go to school how to like get a job, right? Have somebody pay you, right?
Yeah.
And that's the information that I find extremely valuable, that you and Wyatt both are very good at doing, is walking the
Revenue
fine
driving
line.
activities. That's what
Yeah.
own, and I talk about it on my YouTube all the
Yeah,
time. There's no point in like building out automations all day if you don't have any clients. Like, who are you building automations for? You
yeah,
know,
exactly.
you'll have to build them when you get clients. You can worry about that then. But kind of back to your, I guess, existing agency, what you're doing now. What is the industry? Who do you mainly work with?
Yeah,
And kind of like maybe talk maybe a little bit about your offer, because I know you have a bunch of different plans. You have a little bit of a unique agency in it to an extent. So
yeah.
maybe go into that.
Yeah, so we do like a small business offer is what we do. So we mainly we talk to a lot of small businesses who have struggled with two things. One, they don't talk to their leads, and I'm like that goes back to again like you have to talk to people to know that you're willing to do something for them, so
100%.
they give you money, right? And I'm like, why don't you just talk to your leads? Once again, they're busy on fulfilling, but anyway, or they just don't want to, right? Like we talked to a lot of people who were they've been doing whatever they're doing for 10 plus years, and they're just like sick of selling, right? Like I just want my business to do this. And I'm like, but don't you remember you had a dream? Like you had a dream, you want to build it to double what it is now. You're almost there, and so we have to like reinvigorate dreams into people a lot, mainly because they just don't want to talk to people. The other thing is a lot of people don't answer their phones, and this is um, a huge problem. Where that why I left the solar industry because people don't answer the phones; they're not taking care of customers,
Yeah.
and so we definitely have customers where it's just an inbound. It's just literally an inbound caller that picks up the phone and conversates with somebody, helps solve their problem, and so we have
So that's
businesses on
that
that front too.
inflow and like
So.
kind of like a front desk almost to an extent.
Exactly. Yeah. And
Yeah.
I mean, it books. Yeah. I mean, it's like a receptionist, right? But like a receptionist that you don't have to train, pay, or, pay taxes on, run their payroll for, or anything like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So all the
Okay.
benefits for that.
Yeah. 100%. And then the industries you're working with, I know you're a little bit broad. What are the main kind of
Yeah.
you told me that you're kind of going after right now?
Yep. So right now we're huge. We're running solar industry ads right now. So our huge offer right now is you can 10x your ROI in 30 days of launch. So that's our huge offer right now in the solar industry. There's a lot of door knockers out there. I've actually been talking to a lot of when you talk to solar industry people, right? There's two types. There's kind of two types of guys who are like door knocking sales, and it does. If you're good at it, go out and knock doors, dude. You'll make money. The other kind is like customers are becoming way more educated, and they don't want somebody necessarily up in their face on the door, face a little bit, and then be sold either virtually or like an appointment for somebody to show up, right?
Right.
And so we talked to a lot of people who were just ramped up cold callers, and I'm like, there's a lot training, hiring, right? Running Indeed ads, like there's a mess with that. And so I'm like, you can just use the AI caller, and it'll get you the same or better results at a fraction of the
Solar
price.
guys love it.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
I
solar guys
sold
absolutely love it.
a year and a half ago. They love that type of AI because a lot of them hire call centers, right? Because
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
a lot of them
Yep.
had big call centers, and you can just cut them for a fraction of the cost with obviously what you implement for them. Correct?
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. So that's our big ad right now. Like I said, summer's ramping up, and guys love closers. Closers are all over the place in the solar industry right now. They're
Mhm.
begging for leads. I need more appointments. Right, is what they're doing. And so yeah, let's give them appointments. That's where we're at. So I can
Yeah,
definitely help you do that.
100%. Talk to us a little about the goals. What are the goals right now for, let's say I did this with Rocco yesterday. So people probably saw that interview. I don't know when it'll come out, but maybe I think Rocco's will come out first, then yours.
Sure.
What is the goals, let's say next month, so like a month from now, and then 3 months from now, and then 6 months from now? Like,
Next month we're looking at $5 million. Just kidding. That's a great goal.
yeah,
That's a great goal.
one day, one day.
What a day. Next month, I'm really hoping to collect just over 20K. So if we can collect over 20K, we're crushing it. Like that's goal next month. So 1 month goal, 20K. And then in the future, what I would love is 20K in residuals. So that's kind of more like a 8, 10, maybe a year month plan is 20K in residuals. Your offer doesn't have to be residuals. Most of our offers, we have 3 offers. Most of our offers have a residual to it. And so our residual is to collect 20K in residuals, or our goal as an agency
Cool.
is what I really want to do. That way we don't have to go out and actively sell and collect new customers a whole lot, right? This is 20K rolling in for very little work every month. So
Yeah. That's like the
so
recurring kind of back end.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
That's a good way to build a sustainable agency. I mean, I always tell people the LTV of clients is what's going to determine how well your agency does. And this is something that a lot of people, they get the misconception off the bat. It's like, okay, if I just close, 3K upfront or 5K upfront clients every single month, I'm going to become a millionaire, right? It's like, You're going to have a
That's a
turn of
lot of clients.
That's a lot of clients. It's a lot of clients.
Yeah.
Back end revenue is super, super important. What's 3 month? So that's your 3 month goal, you said, and residuals you want to make.
Oh no, so yeah, that's going to take a few months. So that's about 6-ish months, six to 12 month plan right there is 20K in residuals, right? 3 month plan is 20K and then never drop, right? So if we sell 20K and then 25K and then 30K, that's a 3 months goal. So we never want to drop under 20K. So that's our 3 month goal after that. So
Okay,
in new
got it.
in new client acquisition on that front.
Okay,
So
perfect. And let's jump into a little bit about how you're getting these clients, because I know we were talking earlier just today on the mastermind group call with the guys in there, and you were showing me some of your ads. I mean, they're doing very considerably well for how much you've spent. You've booked 4 appointments with $80. Is correct, or was like 4 appointments for
yeah, so
$100? Was it something?
something really close to that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So obviously with that pace, you're going to close a lot of people, just how I did on the challenge on my channel, because that's fairly, you actually have better results than I have. Um, what is the kind of strategy, I guess, you take towards acquiring clients? Because what you did maybe 6 months ago is now different than today, or at least how you structure it.
100%.
So maybe
Yep.
jump into that a little bit.
100%. We had to button up our actual sales offer on sales calls. That was the number one thing we did. Our offer was kind of all over the place. You know, we had about four, technically it was like 5 offers, but we were willing to vary the offers and like stack it.
Yeah, I remember.
Um, so we reeled that in heavy, and we were like, okay, let's just have 1, 2, 3 offers, right? And if they don't want this, just take this one option off, right? And so basically, we have 3 offers with we can remove an option for you. So we really tightened up our offer, which allowed us to put that into an ad, make our ad clear. So once you have your offer that you can actually do on the sales call is super clear. It allows you to put up your offer right in print, super focused into your ad. And you guys are very helpful with doing that. Like your ad is a little too busy or things like that, right? Like highlight this, make this better, things like that.
Yeah.
And so that's one thing that we did that we really changed that just honestly helped us a ton was nailed our offer, which was all over the place. We nailed our offer and then just mirrored that into a print, right? Into an ad, right? For us, we're running a static ad. That's helped a ton, I think, right there. That's the number one thing that we did, like by far, that we've done to help us book more appointments.
So building ads, specifically static ads, which is again what I did on that challenge, I think as well, or I don't think I know. And for you, it's one of the things I've realized, and I think you've probably started to realize this too, because I saw the ads you're running today. Sometimes the ads that look either the most simple or they're from like 10, 20 years ago actually perform the best. It's not always edited, complex ads out there that do the best. And I think that's one thing a lot of people mess up with is they try to hire all these fancy graphic designers when realistically, I think for those ads that you have, you could go into Canva and you could go create that in 3 minutes, 5 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
Words, so obviously that's a perk and benefit of it too. Where do you see the kind of, I guess, just industry AI agency? Where do you see it headed? Because obviously AI is going to develop and everyone has their own takes on it. But where do you see it all evolving? Because obviously AI callers are only going to get bigger and it's only going to replace, drive-throughs into McDonald's. I've already started to see that happen.
Exactly.
It's going to happen everywhere. Front desks won't be a thing. Like, obviously, it's advancing very, very fast and rapidly, and this model specifically is going to make a lot of money off that, which is obviously why we do it. Where do you see it headed, I guess, in the next, 2 years?
No, really, I mean, I just see it headed as people expect it. Two things. People will expect it. It doesn't matter. I really do have this belief that almost near every phone call you get from purchasing something, every first contact will be from AI. I truly actually believe that from any business, whether it's a phone call or a text or an email, literally every first contact you receive will be an AI contact. And I honestly think people will start not caring. They just won't care. I see it already a bunch. People don't care. Business owners are a little leery of it, but like consumers just don't care, right? On the first connection. Right. In fact, a lot of them think it's cool. Like we help a Tesla company, a solar company that sells Tesla roofs, and those customers think, oh, like we tell them, hey, I'm an AI assistant, I'm actually a bot. We don't say it like that, but
yeah, they love it.
Bot, and they go, this tech is awesome. Yeah, book me an appointment. I love the technology, right? So it actually helps in a lot of circumstances on that front. And so we do that. But I literally see every first connection. I also see the expectancy level of being communicated with go through the roof, right? And so that's one thing that we preach is speed to lead. It's been going around. It's like, I forget, it's like 400 some percent. If you can connect with them in under 5 minutes, that they're more likely to buy from you. And
Yeah.
everyone will expect that. Every single person will expect to be called. And so it is an industry change. And I see that honestly in 2 years or less. Like it's going to be so fast. And so I'm like, if your business doesn't have it and you don't know how to implement it now, I mean, AI agency prices are going to go up, right? And it's just, it's going to be harder to implement. There's going to be a whole bunch of, right? It's going to be harder to find the expert and things like that. And so I seriously would highly recommend just getting it now. Even though if you're considered an early adopter, it's going to be that way in 2 years. So just go ahead and get it and do it. So,
Yeah, because I think what's going to happen is the AI agencies that are out there, of course, like it's almost like you're a broker in a sense. Like
yeah, yeah,
we're like brokers. We're the middleman between the service that's already out there and the software, whatever it is, the AI calling platform,
yeah,
and the businesses that need it. We're just the middleman who builds it and connects it all, right?
yeah,
And obviously,
exactly.
you're really, really leveraged in that standpoint because these businesses need it and you can charge a lot for it. And I think what's going to happen is the demand is obviously going to keep going up. Now there will be more competition with AI agencies, but the demand is so high that there's not enough AI agencies.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm
And
with you on that.
that's the biggest difference I think between like other business models like drop shipping and even like all these other kind of like random business models. It's like what's the future of it, right? Because everyone has this short-term thinking of like, oh, this business is only going to last for a year or two. I'm going to make a few hundred grand and then leave. It's like, what's the point of even building a business at that point? So obviously, I think you're 100% right. AI contacts are going to be probably the only thing that happens. It's going to be weird to see how the consumers react to it. Because I mean, for me, it's like if I'm called every single time I like order something, it's like
Yeah.
I don't even want to like look at my phone anymore. It's
Uh,
so that'll be kind of an interesting hurdle. But um, for you, Brian, what is the main, I guess, piece of advice, obviously with the experience you have now, to maybe someone who's wanting to start a AI agency or a business model kind of like this with AI? What is your advice to them based on the experience that you have, obviously, working with us and everything we do, but also just like with your own journey, you've obviously found what works for you.
yeah. No, this is something that over the past 2 years, like, has been dominant in my life. Okay. Like when I say dominant, I could give you, I mean, do you want me to take the time to tell the story? Cause I will literally tell the story,
You
but
want to, if you want, I got time. You go. Yeah.
hey, you got it. So, this has just been absolute dominant. When you say what's the number one thing that people want to do when they start an AI agency, what's your recommendation? This is it right here. Be in the room with the people who know how to get it done. That's it. Like I can't say it any more simpler than that. Be at proximity always wins every time, every time. So a few years ago, I was working at a solar company, and everybody in the room wanted the same goal. And when COVID hit, everybody spread out to their homes, had to work from home. Goals disappeared simply because we weren't sitting around each other talking about
Yeah.
them. Like that's it. And so people, oh, you can work from home, you can trade business information. It's true, but every time you got on a call like this or picked up the phone, it was a business transaction. It wasn't a friendly goal transaction, because those just happen organically for the most part. For the most part.
Yeah.
Everybody came back and work in the office, and our goals got projected a whole lot more. But it was kind of too late to save the company. The company I was working for kind of went out of business. Well, it did go out of business. But
Yeah.
I don't attribute it directly to COVID, but I attribute it to proximity, the goals that we wanted, how we were achieving it, things like that. There's also just disconnect from working in an office as to serving a sales rep, right? And so when the sales rep's like, you don't understand my problem, I'm like, I know, I'm not walking next to you every day, right? But if you're in proximity with people, you will win every time, like, and you have a goal, you know what to do. Proximity always wins. The number one, it's actually the number one factor of relationship building is proximity. Like, think about it. When you're forced to go to high school, who are you friends with? People in your high school, right?
Yeah.
As soon as you leave high school and you have a choice, you lose touch with everybody, right? Proximity wins every time. And so company I went out of business. This comes back to proximity. I found a job across in my hometown, which was across the country. Moved back to my hometown and went in there, and great people to work with. Like, honestly, love the people and everything. But it wasn't who I wanted to be with for the next 5 years. Like, I didn't want to. I did. That wasn't what I wanted to build myself into. And I thought, I can't do this forever. So, long rolling this all into looking for somebody to support, right? Wanting to serve customers, wanting to have my own business, finding this agency. It all happened kind of at the same time. But in my head, it was I need to be around the people who can get me to where I want to go, right? And those just weren't that people, is what it was. So proximity, dude.
I would agree.
Get
Yeah.
into the room and be around the people that can help you get there.
Yeah. I mean, I think it comes down to like, if you're in the room with like, let's say every single day you spend 8 hours with 10 billionaires, like there's a
Yeah,
pretty
yeah,
you're gonna
I
become a
agree.
millionaire
Yeah,
at some point. You
that's
have to.
right.
So
Yeah,
it's the same thing. I mean, and obviously it's in beyond just money. You could 10 painters in a room. You're probably gonna become better art, right? If you're
pretty darn good painter. Yeah,
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 yeah, exactly. So
exactly.
I'd 100% agree. But yeah. Any kind of last words, I guess, before we wrap up here? Obviously, I think you've kind of shed a lot of insights to which you do, which is everyone. That's why it's cool to make these kind of like I guess more interview style videos. Is
Yeah.
everyone gives different kind of knowledge and piece of advice just based off personal experience. Any, I guess, last words for people again, like maybe wanting to start or just maybe on the edge, or just I guess for people who are just in the space.
Yeah. Rule number one, you do anything you want to do because of money. Like, right? Initially, you're getting in because of money. So if you're like, yes, I want to make money, then just join it. Like, you're going to make money. You just don't not. I mean, ads equals money. That's just how it is, right?
Exactly. Don't be afraid to invest in yourself.
Yeah.
I always tell people that, like,
Yeah.
give money to Facebook. You're gonna make money back if you just do the right things.
Works every time.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is like make sure these are the people you want to be around, right? Honestly, Carson is awesome. Like I could probably talk about you for an hour straight without you speaking. And Wyatt's the exact same way on the calls, dude. Like they seriously are awesome. They do get down to business, but they help you. When he helps you, he says, "Yeah, but what are you trying to accomplish with that?" Right? And it makes you think. It brings it back to
I
you,
do
and
it
then
all
he
the
just
time. I did it today. Yeah,
did it
exactly.
by like 3 times. But yeah, that very specific one. You literally were like, what are you trying to accomplish with that? Right? It makes you think and reels you back in. And so he does, being in the right room, like these guys really are in the right room and they can help you get to where you want to go. So
My man, Brian, where can people find you?
people can find me, aidmedianow.com. You can find me there. Call that number. Sasha, she loves answering the phone. But
Yeah, you got the I set up there too.
and she's
Yeah,
spicy. And then, but also find me on LinkedIn. Just Brian Rollins on LinkedIn. I love connecting on LinkedIn.
connect
But
with
yeah,
Brian on LinkedIn. There you go.
yes, sir. Aid Media Now, and find me on LinkedIn as well. So
Well, easy. Well, Brian, it's been good to chat with you. I think we'll conclude it here. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for this video. Hopefully, you found some insights from Brian, and I'll see you guys inside the next video. And thank you again, Brian. It's good talk. So.
yes, sir. Always good talking with you, Carson.